Hello Marvel fans, this is Dan96 and oh my god, I just can't believe I'm going to show you this today. A couple of hours, an hour ago, we just had a first look of the new Avengers Age of Ultron trailer, and oh my god, it's just mind-blowing. It's a big mind-blowing in this. It's a very, very cool trailer. I mean, it's completely shocked me what's in the trailer, so let's get to this. Let's have a talk of what's happened in the trailer, and let's really have a talk about this. So we can start off with what happens in the beginning of the trailer. So, before we have a talk, let me say this now. If you don't want to hear this, you know what happens in the trailer. If you want to see it first, leave the video now and come back to me and come back here when you seen it. So let's get started. In the start of the trailer, we can see what it is. We can see a view of some kind of town. Well, I don't know where it is, but I'd say it's where the Hydra base is, where Bar von Strucker is, and also a part of that bit, you could see a building, and I guess that's where they're hiding. Now, this next bit, you see this Ultron in the middle of the room, and he goes like, "I was designed to save the world." And in the room, you can see Scarlet and Quicksilver, and they're walking up to him a bit, and there's into the trailer. So it looks like they've already partnered up with him. Then this next bit from here, next bit of that, you can see a city of I think it's Africa. I don't know if it's South Africa or Africa, but and then Ultron goes on saying when people look up to the skies, and this thing you can see the quick jet, you know, the Avengers' new jet, coming by and just flying over the city. And this bit when there's people in this building, he goes like, and Ultron says hope. And then the next bit, you see Ultron, his first look, just turn on, and he goes like, I would take that from them first. And then you could see Ultron just doing like this, going like, pulls him some kind of cable out of his head and just does that, like he takes it off. Then this next bit, you see blow some kind of explosion in this one building, and then he goes on, and then it says, "There's only one path for peace." And you see people running, they're all screaming for their lives, and then and then it goes blank, and then you hear Ultron saying, "Their extinction." And then after that, you see some kind of building in the place being destroyed, and I'll say that could be caused by Hulk and Hulkbuster, or by Ultron's army. Now, the next bit we get to is the Avengers Tower. We're having a glimpse of the tower. Now you're seeing some kind of robotic arms, and looks like they're building Ultron's armor. And Tony goes on saying about, now this is how he says it, but I might got some of these words wrong, but I'll say it. He goes like, I created these iron armors to protect the world, you know, to protect the world, something like that. And then the next bit, Tony goes like, I created something bad. And then this next bit is Banner, and he goes like, goes on saying about intelligence, and he goes like, intelligence, something like that. Oh, what was it? Oh, hang on. I got it here. What was it he said?
Something terrible.
Artificial intelligence, that was it. Artificial intelligence. And then this next bit, you see an Ultron drone coming out of the ground, and looks like they can draw underground. They can. And then the next bit, Tony is by Banner, and he says he calls them the Ultron drones, or he says I'm creating the hang on. He said I got my phone here to hear it. So what was it he says?
It's called the Ultron program.
That was it. It's called the Ultron program. You know where all the wildbots are. It's calling it that. And then this next bit, you see all these drones flying through a car part, and then you see like Thor being flown because there's some kind of explosion. And then you hear Cap, and he's saying, I'm sick of tired for people watching. Oh, what was it? Watching people for our mistakes. And so you sort of pull a car back, but the back bit comes off, and two cars fall from this bridge. It's a broken bridge. It's like the bridge has been, some kind of bridge in Africa has been attacked and it's been destroyed, and some cars have, you know, dropped down, and I don't know, there's people in it. And this next bit is the what we've already seen is the one with Cap and Iron Man arguing, and then it's like the thing they showed off when they announced the films, and it was kind of give you a hint how Civil War's going to like start. Then this next bit, I don't remember, but that's it. That was it. This next bit, well, this bit he says, "Is that why we end the fight so we can go? So we can what was it? So we can go home?" And this next bit, you can see Banner and Black Widow, and they're close and they look like about to kiss. And then here's what Black Widow says. When she goes like, "Well, you amazingly failed," and Cap's go like, "Huh." Then after that, you can see Cap getting his mask, and you could see, well, I don't know who it was first, but it's Hawkeye, and he's got some kind of new device, and he just brings out 3 arrows. It's like some kind of like nanobots creating arrows for him, and then he wants out a building. That'll be in South Africa, I bet. And this next bit is really super exciting. You see Black Widow and Hawkeye jumping out of a car. Then you see the rest of the heroes. You see Thor about to hit the ground with his hammer. You see Captain America on his bike. And you can see Iron Man flying. And you can see Hulk doing this. He's about to punch Hydra. So that bit will be part of the beginning of the film. And then this next bit, you can see the Quinjet flying down. You can see Black Widow coming out of the bike. You know, coming out and starting to drive him. And then this next bit, you can see Cap. He must be on some top of the roof, and he's looking over the city, I bet, the Africa city. Well, South Africa, whatever they call it. And then this next bit, you can see Hawk. And you can see his eyes glowing green. And Nick Fury's having the talk. He's saying about oh, what was it? He says hang on. He says here we all are. And then this next bit, before he carries on, you can see Iron Man, and he's got Loki's staff, and he's holding it. So, what I want to say this quick. So, I don't know how big, you know, the staff's going to be. I don't know if the staff's in for the whole film, but I got a feeling that the staff might try and get control of one of the heroes, you know, because if not, some reason they got it in, they must have it in their building or something, but I don't think that's going to last there for long. I've got a feeling Ultron's going to take that staff, and then he finds out there's a stone in it. And also, Nick Fury goes on about, well, the next 2 scenes after the Iron Man, you can see Thor in the water, as we already see, and we can see Hawkeye by this place where all the people are evacuating to these ships. And then Nick Fury says, "Nothing but our wills." And you can see Nick Fury having a talk with all the heroes, and all the heroes are there in some kind of a house. And you can see the ship where the people are going to. And now this next bit, you can see Iron Man just fly down just came down, you know, just fly down. You can see him, you can see Thor next to him, and also Cap. And on the other side, it's some kind of like an abandoned ship, I think. There's a bridge bit, and on the other side of the bridge, there's Ultron and Scarlet and Quicksilver next to him. And then Fury goes and says, hang on, they stand and fight. And then this bit, you see Iron Man just flying down and just hits. It's like gets his lasers out. We've already seen that from the second trailer. Also with Ultron just blasting his energy out from his hand. Then this next bit, you can see Hydra vehicle just being blown up. And this next bit, Tony, I'll try to remember how he says. He goes like, "We might not make it out of this one." Something like that. Hang on. No way we're all going to get through this one. And then Cap goes like, let me see. "I've got no plans for tomorrow night." And then you can see as the same scene when, well, anyway, that bit when Iron Man said, "We're not going to make it through," you know, that kind of thing. You can see him, you can see Cap, and then you can see Hulk next to them. Well, Banner. Then this bit, you can see Hawkeye just running through the trees, and we've already seen that. And this next bit, you can see Cap and Ultron are having a fight. They're on the top of the truck, and Cap just throws his shield at him, and he gets stuck. The shield gets stuck on Ultron, and then it looks like Ultron just falls here, because the next bit you see is just the shield flying, and he ends up on the road. And in the back of the truck, you can see Iron Man, and you can see, like, I think because you remember the Lego set with the truck and the Quinjet, you could see Ultron's in some kind of casserole thing. So I say Vision's in the back of the truck. Then this next bit, you can see Black Widow is saying, oh, hang on. He says, I'm always picking up for you boys. And then she just picks up the shield, and then this next bit, Ultron, the same scene when Ultron turns around and sees Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver and says, we can tear them apart. And you can see this new scene with Hulk, and he's fighting the Hulkbuster, and he's pushing him up and dragging him up on this building, and Hulk's giving him a beating. And then you can see then the Hulkbuster grabs Hulk and just does the same with him, you know, drags him up the building. Then this next bit, you can see Scarlet Witch by Black Widow, and she's using her powers, and you can see Ultron saying, from the inside, and then you can see Black Widow's eyes growing wet. So I gotta say that might be the scene when we'll see one of Black Widow's past, you know, because they said that we're gonna see her past in the film. Then this next bit, we see Quicksilver making it run, and he punches Cap in the face right there, and punches him, and then he moves on to somewhere else. Now this next bit we've already seen is when Thor just grabs Tony's neck and picks him up, and then next you can see Scarlet Witch, she's about to use her powers. Then you see Cap just on top of the car and it's being flipped. Now this next bit is cool. You see Ultron with Scarlet Witch Quicksilver, he just flies. He's flying through the room. He has to be on the boat, because if you remember from the very first trailer, we see boats. And but it just actually next scene is just Cap's being dragged by a wobber, being strangled by the neck by a wobber. But I thought it was Ultron, but it's one of his drones. And then the next bit is so funny when with Thor, and he goes like, "Is that the best you can do?" And then next to him, you can see Captain America, Hulk, and you can see Iron Man in his new armor, the Mark 45. And that's what Thor says. Then, Ultron flying down a bit, he goes like, "Huh, huh," and he waves his arm like that. And then you could see all the Ultron drones just running, and they're all coming at them. And then, yeah, and then the next bit you see Cap and Thor, and he goes like, "You have to ask." And then the next bit you see Black Widow just getting her electric sticks out, just like, you know, kind of like what Mockingbird has, except for the electricity bit. I think it's got electric in it, but anyway. Then you see the group all having a fight with Ultron's army. They're all in a circle. You can see Iron Man, Thor, Scarlet Witch is there, Cap, Hulk, Black Widow, and Hawkeye. They're all having a fight. I don't see Quicksilver or Vision there in the fight, but they're all around the circle, and there's something moving, but I don't know what it is, but I won't get to that. Then the next bit, you see Hulk. He's mashing all the wobbers and he's screaming like, he's doing like, "Ah!" And then you just see the major bit at the end. You see a Vision when his eyes shut, and then he opens them up, and then that ends the film really. And it was actually good. I think the trailer was good, and I don't know what's going to happen, you know, with with the staff, but I can't wait to see that bit. So anyway, that's the end of my video. So if you want to say anything about the trailer, leave it in the comment below. Put a like on it. You want to see that trailer? I've got it in my Facebook page, in the description below. Also, you want to subscribe to me? That'll be there as well. And I'll see you again soon. Peace.